Hello. In the first part, I told you a little bit about how I started in and flubbed my first audition for a SAG film. And I told you about the first day of filming. Now, the second through the seventh day, I was a person in the crowd. So when we filed in that morning, I was up in the bleachers, just another also ran. And they have people in continuity. And that means things look the same from day to day. You wouldn't have a guy sitting here, and then later in the game, he'd be over here, or have a different sweater, coat, or anything on. They want you to be what the same would be at the same game. So, as I stated before, I had a gold sweater that I'd found. So, I went and I was sitting up there in the also-rans. And they were going, and they were taking pictures, and they was looking, and they saw me up there. And they said, you come down here. So I headed down, and there was a guy sitting right here, and he said, you go up and take his place. So he went up there, and I come, and I was right on the front row. Now they had like a little wall-like thing. And I was sitting here, and there was a lady sitting there, and she had on a maroon top. I didn't know her from Adam, And I had on a gold sweater. Well, the colors of the team are maroon and gold. So I knew why I got that front seat. Now, I don't think that guy that was sitting right beside her had any idea why I got it and he had to go up with the also-rans. But I knew. So the thing is, dress the part, be the part. So for the next 6 days, I sat up there and cheered when they wanted me to cheer. I applauded, I stood up when they wanted to. They would give you directions and things like that. And they would stop and they would change and have a different team come in, say. And then they'd change the scoreboard and they'd do different things, just like they would because they was playing. This was the home team's home gym. And so it was kind of primarily theirs and whoever else come over to play them. So I watched, and I was there to learn. I was going to be there every day they did it. And this was the second day, and I knew they was going to be there like 10 days, they thought. So I thought, I'm going to learn. Well, there was an AD, which is assistant director, and I noticed they had his chair and all this and everything, and they had the sound guy was sitting right in front of me because they was shooting on the other side, but they'd have the team go up and down, and then we would do it for sound. And I noticed, he would turn the tape recorder on. It was tape, reel to reel. When he would turn it on, they'd go, okay, roll sound, and they'd say, action. And it should be turning and should be running. Well, they done that, and he didn't turn it on one time. So I had seen the assistant director, and I said, and he come over to me, and I said, the sound man didn't turn his recorder on that last scene. When you wanted the sound and you wanted some pictures, he didn't turn it on at all. Oh, so he asked him, he said, can you play me back the sound on that last scene that we shot? Sure. He went. He said, I didn't get that last scene. Okay, cut. And he hollered to the director, we didn't get the sound on that last scene. We've got to do it again. Okay. That was the only time that he didn't get it. So they said, okay. And so they did it all again. Of course, this time he was very careful, and he got all the sound and everything like that. Well, a little later, you see, they had told the people that if anything isn't of the period of the 50s, get rid of it. If you got any digital watches, get them off, put them in your pocket. If you see anything that isn't of the time, get rid of it or take it off or do something. And a little later, we're all working together. Hoosiers was kind of a film where we're all working together. We're all local people. We're all Hoosiers. We're working on this all together. We're all friends. And that's the way they all were. And so I said to the assistant director, he come over, and I said, there's a styrofoam cup on that other little wall thing over there on the other side. He looked over there, here's a white styrofoam cup. Now that you might have had a paper cup in the 50s, but you wouldn't have a pure white styrofoam cup. Cut. And he went over and got the styrofoam cup. I think he put it in his pocket, but he got rid of it. And so we went on. And a little later, I said, there's a guy over there that's got a digital watch on. You see him with the such color shirt and everything. He said, oh. So he went over and he was wearing a digital watch. And so he just told him to put it in his pocket. And so through that, in a sense, the AD knew who I was, and you could say that he, in a sense, he liked the fact that I tried to help the production. So I kind of made an ongoing relationship, friendship, acquaintanceships with him. And I'll let that be the end of part 2. And be sure and go to RD Sheets, like sheets of paper, RD Sheets blog,